The best way to get better at programming is to practice. And in this example, we're going to build an interface in Java. As always, these files are available for download using the link provided below. We'll pause for a couple seconds so you can download them, and then you can try it on your own or follow along with us. Alright, so let's get started. You can see over here that I have listed several different types of classes. I have here an animal class. It has a string for the name, and then a couple of constructors. We also have fish and mammal. Both of those will also extend animal. Now, you might say, well, why are we doing this? Well, in Java, you're only allowed to extend a single class. So what happens if you need a little bit of information from this class and that class? For example, mammals can both swim and run, where fish can really only swim and birds can fly. So here's a situation where both fish and mammals, because they can both swim, should mammal extend fish? Well, no, a mammal is not a fish, a completely different type of animal, but you want to be able to pull in some of that information. And that's where an interface is going to come into play. So I'm going to come up here, new file. I'm going to call this swims. I personally like to give my interfaces kind of a verb type of name because it's usually something we're going to do. Because what it's going to allow us to do is create a different type of method that we can then apply to other classes. Now, this is not a class, and so Visual Studio Code, they try to help us, and in this case it didn't. So I'm going to take out class and instead put in interface. So I have public interface swims. Now, in some previous versions of Java, you could not include any variables, and all of your classes had to be abstract. With the most recent versions of Java, that has changed a little bit, but we're going to focus on the original. So this is the interface that you need. This is all that you technically have to have, and in some cases, you will see something as simple as this, where there's no classes at all. We'll show you how to implement this in just a little bit, but for right now, this is all that's required to build the interface. Typically, it's going to be public. You're going to specify interface instead of class, and then you give the name. And just like with a class name, it is capitalized and uses the camel case notation. Hopefully you found this example helpful in learning how to build your first interface. Like I said, in future examples, we'll show you how to build abstract methods and apply it to a class. If you like this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing so you can see these other examples and learning how to get better at programming in Java.